for joining me. I hope you're having a great day. I'm going to be building an indoor garden, and I also call it bean in a bottle. Very simple garden with very simple materials. You will need a plastic bottle. It can be a water bottle. I just pulled this out of our recycling bin. You'll need some potting soil, water, some seeds. I chose bean seeds because they grow really quickly. They germinate in about 7 to 10 days, so we'll watch our indoor garden grow quite fast. You'll also need some string, and you only need about 4 to 5 centimeters of string. As long as it's not waxed, any string will do. I'm actually using embroidery thread. And this is going to serve kind of like a wick in a candle. It's going to be pulling the water from the bottom of our indoor garden up to the soil that will nourish the seeds and allow it to grow. I've already put a double knot on the bottom of my thread just to make it a little easier, but you don't have to do this. I threaded it through a needle. Okay, so we're going to start with that. I'm going to take the cap off of my plastic bottle, and you may need some help with this. You're going to be piercing a hole through the middle of the cap. I've already done it, and I used a tool like this, but you can also simply use a hammer nail. And I went and just pushed, added some force. Make sure your hand's not underneath. You don't want to hurt yourself, but I just pushed until it pierced a hole through the cap. And then I'm going to take my string, and I'm going to go from the bottom side of the cap to the top and just thread that right through. And remember, there is a double knot on the bottom of my string. I'm done with my needle. I'm going to put that in a safe place. And once I pull my string through and there's a knot on the bottom, that becomes a really important part of our garden. I'm going to then put this on the top of the bottle. I cut the bottle in half ahead of time. And again, you might need somebody to help you do that. I used a really sharp knife, so you got to be careful. You can use scissors. I want to warn you though, once that is cut, like magic, this edge, this plastic edge is very, very sharp. So be super careful with that. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to put the top back on. The thread has already been thread from the bottom to the top. And I'm going to actually turn that upside down like this. This is a really important part of our garden. I'm going to fill this part with soil. And I have just taken soil from my outdoor garden to use for our indoor garden. And I'm going to fill it almost to the top with potting soil. And then there's quite a few seeds in here. You only need about 3 or 4 seeds, and we're going to plant those right now. And I'm just going to put them right on top. 3 is good, but I'll do 4. Okay, so it looks like that. And then you can either tap them in or add another layer right to the top. So then you have your garden. To the bottom, I'm going to add about, not quite a quarter full of water to the bottom of my plastic bottle. And then remember, you've got your string coming from the cap. I'm going to put that right in so that the string is just touching the water. And that again serves like a wick in a candle. It's going to pull the water from the bottom of your garden into the soil, which will nourish the seeds and allow them to grow. I wish we had time-lapse photography so that we could move this along a lot quicker, but in about 7 to 10 days, we'll see our little bean seeds sprouting. And because beans grow like a vine, I just pulled these little chopsticks out, and it's not necessary yet, but once you see your little seedlings come up, it might be helpful to add, even a pencil would work great. And then the bean vines will wrap around, and we have a very simple indoor garden called Bean in a Bottle. I hopefully will touch base with you in the next 7 to 10 days so we can watch our garden grow. You could certainly put this outside. The water source is exactly as it's needed on the bottom. You don't have to add any more water. You could also put it on a windowsill. Plants in photosynthesis, they do need water. They also need carbon dioxide, and that's pretty cool because we breathe that out all the time, so we're helping to nourish those plants. So with the water, carbon dioxide, and sunlight, we're going to have a pretty cool garden in about a week or two. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Bye.